Hey, and welcome to level 14 of Goldeneye 007. This is Train, and if you don't know what Train is, I don't think you know what Goldeneye is. This is probably one of the most iconic levels from this game. It's also a really fun level to play through. So the objective here is we've got to take out these guards to advance through the train, but as you can see, the guards have taken positions behind these crates. Now the thing is, in Goldeneye everything blows up, so these boxes can actually hurt us. As we make our way through the train, we've got to hit those brake panels there. Sometimes a guard will come running through this door. We've just got to be very careful to make sure that we don't bump into him, because he has a bit of body armor which is not particularly nice. So the thing here is we're just taking our time, we're not rushing here, because it's important that we get as much ammo as we can, because we don't want to run out of ammo in this level. Very important. So there's the guard that would normally come running through to the doors. There should be a second one in the black outfit somewhere around it. There he is. So there's always two of them in this coach, and like I said, one of them will always sort of run forward if you take too long in the first room. So another guard's going to come running through that door in a second. So we're going to enter this little corridor here. Now there's a bunch of little cubicles to the left hand side here. Sometimes guards will spawn in them and run out. Sometimes they'll come from the locked doors behind us. That's why we're kind of moving very quickly through this space, because it's very easy to get jumped from behind. As you can see, that guard's come from the little cubicle there. Sometimes a guard will come out of that door there. It's pick and mix if he actually does. But you can see here, there's a lot of guards sort of making their way in from the other car here. Let's take you out. So yeah, just take your time. There's no reason to rush through this level, unless you're going for the cheats, in which case, yeah, put a bit of speed in it. But just make sure you're hitting all of those brake boxes as you're making your way through the level. As you can see, there are guards who are kind of appearing behind us. I'm going to stand here and let them sort of come a bit closer to me. I do love the design of these little areas here. There's no reason for all this detail here, but they go into it anyway. Remember, this is an N64 game, so, you know, this was a nice touch back in the day. They didn't have to do all that. There's a lot of these doors as well that you'll see to the side that don't actually do anything. They're just kind of used as enemy spawn points. These two guards will always come running out of this toilet, so just be careful as you're making your way through this middle section. There's also a guard that will spawn behind us as we sort of leave these two carts here. So as we make our way through the door at the end there. There's a lot of detail in this level, quite oddly, at various points. There's like little toilets and there's little sofas in each of the cars. It's very weird. Let's go back and see if anyone's spawned yet. No. So sometimes the guards will sort of run from the back of the train and they'll sort of chase you. But you can see here, look, there's it's kind of fun that they put toilets in and such. They are trying to make this feel like a real space. So we only have one more brake panel to destroy here. So it's that one. So there is a guard that spawned behind us, because I could hear him shooting others there. So this guard will spawn behind you and he'll chase you through the back end of the level. So just be wary of that. So here we go into this room here. Now here's the trick. You want to try and line your shot up with Orloff's head and wherever Xenia is in the background. Just because if you can shoot Xenia, you actually get a bit more time to take out the panel. Excellent. So we managed to hit Xenia there, and he's dying in the most painful way. That's quite unfortunate. So I think this is one of the most memorable moments of Goldeneye as a game. Just using the laser watch here to take out the floor panel here, just like James Bond does in the movie. Really cool moment here. Again, they didn't have to do this. They could have just found another way to do this, but they really wanted to make this feel like an immersive experience. So the problem here is that we now have to wait for Natalia to crack the code. So Natalia's going to do her thing, and we're just going to kind of make use of this laser watch as best we can. So don't leave the train right now. When she says he's in Cuba, that's like the halfway point to where you'll get your final objective. Cool, so with that objective done, we just need to get outside of the train here. Now there are guards at the bottom there who will shoot at us. It's better to just run away from them, to be honest. There's no real reason to engage them unless you really fancy, you know, taking damage for no reason. At the end of the day, you just want to get as far away from the train as possible because she's gonna blow. And that is Train. It's a very simple level. Very simple execution, but I really love it. And I love it because it creates a nice atmosphere. There's a nice contrast between this level and some of the other levels we've played, which were quite wide and expansive. This one's very focused and very linear, but for once that's not a negative. It actually plays to this level's strengths, in my opinion, and it really does kind of showcase that some of those tighter encounters with all the enemies sort of crowding around James Bond and shooting him from all sides, those can be really immersive and they can be really fun to kind of deal with, especially on 00 Agent difficulty here. Now, we're going to have to replay this on 00 Agent difficulty here because we've got to get the cheat for this level. It's worth noting that we weren't actually that far off getting the cheat anyway in the first playthrough. The only reason we didn't was because I took a bit of time to go back and look at the guards who might spawn behind us. So really, the best advice I can give you on this one is just stay out of sight of the enemies as best you can and try your best to, you know, just keep moving forward. I think it's 4 minutes 30. So you can see that guard there was actually going to come running in here, so you actually get to see that here, which is interesting. I'd argue this is the hardest bit, because this is the part where you'll be slowed down quite a lot if you're not careful. Just gonna take out these guards here. Probably gonna get hit by one of them here, but I'm not really fussed about getting hit. Just want to get rid of this brake pad here. I'm just conscious of that door opening up there, because if there is a guard inside, he will kind of come out and attack me. So from this point on, I'm just going to be legging it through the level here. We're not going to be sort of stopping to deal with all the enemies. It can be quite scary on 00 Agent difficulty to be running towards enemies like this, but at the end of the day, if we stop to fight all these enemies, we're wasting time and we want to get our hands on that cheat, so it's better in this level to just move quickly. So those guards will eventually start coming up behind me. Get rid of you. So you can see the guards are slowly starting to make their way towards me here. But luckily, because they're not the brightest, we can just take them out at the door there. So So the thing you want to worry about in this level as well is you do not want to hit Xenia if you want to get this cheat, because you don't want that extra time to kind of be taken off. So this time around, I'm actually just making sure we... Did I just shoot her anyway? Oh well. So yeah, as you can see there, I did accidentally shoot her, so we'll have to see if we actually end up getting the cheat here. You can use the laser watch to kill the enemies. Wouldn't recommend it before getting to this point, however. So now I've got to use my proper gun here to get rid of the clamps. See, now we've made a mess of this. We have made a bit of a mess of this. There we go. So now we just need to wait for Natalia to crack the password, and then we can get out of here as quickly as possible. There we go. So yeah, this level isn't super difficult on 00 Agent difficulty. It's about knowing when to rush, and it's about knowing when to take your time. As you can see, the enemies follow you through the level anyway, so as long as you kind of move fast enough, you can get to the end of the level without having to worry about, you know, taking them all out. And you can see there, we had almost a minute left anyway, so we had plenty of time. Again, it's one of those levels where you've just got to be smart about how you approach it. 00 Agent difficulty cheats can be intimidating, but honestly, this one isn't too bad, at least not compared to the likes of Archive, for example. Anyway, let me know what you think of Train. Do you think this is a great level? Do you think this is a weak level? Let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.